Okay, so lesson number 37, page 167, chemical compounds and parallelograms. The part that I want to focus on you getting are the chemical compound parts. How many of you are in physical science? How many of you are in chemistry?
Oh, wait, we're not in physical science.
Okay. Were you in physical science last year, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're good. So I'm going to assume that you know a little bit about chemicals.
You know what they say about
Like
soup?
that?
It's water.
I know. That's water, right, because it's what?
Two hydrogen.
How many atoms of hydrogen?
It's the hydrogen monoxide.
How many hydrogen monoxide? How many oxygen? One. When you put them together, you get water. What is that called? What is one of these called?
Chemical equation.
Called Mickey Mouse, because it looks like that.
Oh, I knew that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right, so when you have more than one atom together on some kind of a bond, whether it's ionic or covalent, is that stuff starting to...
Yeah.
Okay. When you have those atoms together, and there's more than one of them, they are called what?
Molecules.
Molecules, thank you. So you've got atoms and you have molecules. Okay. When I have something like Zn3, N2, I have how many atoms of zinc?
One.
And three.
Thank you. And how many atoms of nitrogen?
Two.
2.
Wait, ZN3? Oh, zinc is zinc, and I'm guessing.
Yes, zinc is Zn. I thought you had physical science. You didn't have to learn this?
No.
Not really.
Geez, I've been in chemistry over 30 years and I still remember all this stuff. It's scary. All right, so, guys,
I was thinking.
this whole section is, or most of this section is going to be about story problems involving molecules and atoms and different compounds. Okay. In the middle of page 167. The second thing we need to know is that every kind of atom has a different weight. That's why gold is heavier than helium, is because each atom of that particular substance has a different weight to it. Okay? It's not that there's more gold, it's just that that each molecule is heavier. So which is heavier? A pound of gold or a pound of hydrogen?
Pound of hydrogen.
You guys are just so smart. It must be
They're
Tuesday.
both the same.
They're both a pound. It just takes a lot more hydrogen to make a pound.
Actually, there's a pound of gold or a pound of feathers. Isn't gold actually, like, one's actually heavier because a pound of gold is, like, different amounts of, like, troy ounces or something. So it's, like,
Yeah,
lighter.
gold is measured in troy ounces, which I think is 12 regular ounces instead of 16.
So a pound of gold or a pound of feathers would be heavier,
Well, whatever. Anyway.
right?
Okay, you just keep going that way. I do know.
Yeah.
Okay,
16 ounces in a pound.
what we're going to do is we're going to express the weight of atoms in grams. So it's going to take a whole heck of a lot of atoms in order to give you a gram. Anybody know how many grams are in a pound?
60 million.
454. So if you have a pound and it's 454 grams, I mean, that's an awful lot of atoms. In fact, it's innumerable. The gram atomic weight of oxygen is 16 grams. The gram atomic weight of carbon is 12. I mean, there's different weights that they give for these different substances. And they will tell you the different weights in these story problems that we're doing here. In a problem about oxygen and hydrogen, we would note the gram atomic weights as, see the little parentheses, O oxygen, comma, 16. Semicolon, hydrogen, comma, 1. So it gives you the element, and then it tells you how much it weighs in grams. So when they give that to you in a story problem, you know what they're talking about. When elements combine to form a compound, we say that the molecules of the compound have a gram molecular weight. So atoms have a gram atomic weight. Molecules, like H2O, have a gram molecular weight. They have a certain weight to them. That can be found from the gram atomic weights. So all you have to do is, if you know that hydrogen weighs 1. How many does 2 hydrogens weigh? 2. Okay, so if I have H2O, and I know that hydrogen weighs 1, and I have 2 of them, how many oxygens do I have? 1. And how much does oxygen weigh? 16, yeah. So the gram molecular weight of that is the sum of those two. So 1 molecule of water weighs 18 grams. Well, not 1 molecule, but 1 gram molecular weight of, or the gram molecular weight of water is 18. So all he did was took the weight of each, multiplied it by how many I have, and then added them together. What if I have NHCl? Okay. Let's make this 4. NH4Cl. And in the story problem, I write this in parentheses. N14H1Cl.
Is Cl one thing?
Cl is chlorine, yes, and it's 35. All right, so what I'm curious is, what is the gram atomic weight of nitrogen?
14.
14. I'm looking at one atom. How much does one atom weigh? 14. How much does one atom of hydrogen weigh?
1.
How much does one atom of chlorine weigh?
35.
Okay, so in parentheses, that's all including how much each element weighs. Gram atomic weight, atom. Gram molecular weight is the sum of all of the weights times how many of each one there are. So how many nitrogens do I have?
1.
1 times 14, because that's how much it weighs. Plus, how many hydrogens?
4.
How much does it weigh?
1.
Okay, how many chlorine?
1. 35.
So, how much, what is the gram molecular weight of NH4Cl?
53.
What?
40.
53.
53?
53. Did you add those up?
Not
That's just what it says, so it must be right.
14,
Oh, I
35,
wrote,
49.
I wrote 4.
That's right.
Okay. So you feeling like
Oh.
it's clicking the direction I'm going? You take chemistry next year, you're going to learn this all over again. You're going to be already ahead of it. So. Because
How do you know?
chemistry, science, physics, biology, all that math are very related. So,
So it tells you how much each of them weighs.
this here will be given in the story problem.
And then,
And it tells you how much one of them weighs, and then you have to multiply it by how many you have.
alright.
We learned scientific notation in math in science
Again,
today.
and he actually like me to know how to do it, so we were like.
Okay, guys, focus here, please.
So what do you do now?
All right. The chemical formula for water
We didn't. We're just doing that.
is H2O. If I have 3,600 grams of H2O,
How many?
3,600 grams of water, I want to know what is the weight of the oxygen. Okay, the way you do these chemistry problems is all ratio, or all proportions. One fraction equals another fraction, cross multiply, and you be done. The difficult part is trying to figure out what numbers to use and where those numbers go. Okay, so what do we have? All right, what button did I just push?
You just saved your.
Oh, okay. All right. Key thing that we're doing here. we are going to look for what the book says you're looking for. What is it asking you to come up with?
Weight of oxygen.
Weight of oxygen, or grams of oxygen. Okay? So you're going to write that twice. Okay? Grams of oxygen, grams of oxygen. I don't care if you put them both on the top or both on the bottom, but one or the other. Or I mean, you know what I mean. Okay, what do they give me?
How many
The weight
grams
of,
H2O?
they give me the weight of water. Okay, so far not too bad, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's my formulas. Grams of oxygen over grams of water equals grams of oxygen over grams of water. They should be the exact same thing. Okay, at this point, let's start putting in some numbers that we have. How much does oxygen weigh? Weighs 16.
Oops.
So, we'll put a 16 in there. On the left-hand side, we'll put the information we know. How much does our water weigh? Our water weighs 18.
Oh, is
Okay.
this still the same problem
like
that we
a-
already did?
No.
That we've done before, like it's.
It's assuming we already know.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What are we looking for? The weight of the oxygen in 3,600
That's what it is.
grams of water. So we know that 16 grams of the 18 is oxygen. What I'm looking for is how many grams of oxygen are there in 3,600 grams of water.
So it's kind of like the
It's a proportion
compounds
problem,
one
right?
that we have.
Yeah, it's just proportion.
It's like if there's 39
With
grams
a lot
of compound and 36% is sulfur,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
much sulfur do you
Okay, so cross multiply and give me a grams of O.
303,000. Hey, guess what? Some people.
Where'd you get 3,000?
Is that 300 or 3200?
That's 3,200 in Gary's script.
3,200.
It's a new font I'm designing.
3,200.
Everybody will be using it sometime.
Sometimes.
It's very good script to use because it can be whatever you need it to be.
I actually used it before.
Wait,
Do you need it to be 3,200 or would you rather it be
3,700.
3,700 or
Or
3MO or, I mean, it can be anything.
or a sideways. Maru. Sideways.
Example 37.2 on 168. You can either look at that or just watch the board. The chemical formula for ammonia is NH3. This tells us that each ammonia molecule contains one nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atoms. If we have 510 grams of NH3, how much does the nitrogen weigh? So I am looking for
Is the top one at NH3 too?
the weight of that. Yes, that's an
That's Gary's
NH3,
script.
and that's Gary's script, yes. I'll put it in common, mundane script. All right. And it also says H is 1, N is 14. Okay, so it gives you that information. So, we have grams of nitrogen equals what?
Grams of nitrogen.
Grams of nitrogen over.
grams of NH.
That's what they gave you, so you know that's going to be the other one that you want.
Oh,
So you're going to have grams of NH3, grams of NH3. All right, so how much does nitrogen weigh?
14.
How much do we have? How much is there total?
500.
Okay, that's what we're looking for eventually. But if this is 14 grams
Oh,
of
15.
nitrogen, what's the whole molecule?
17.
17. 14 plus 3 ones.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's my ratio. Out of the 17 grams total I have in ammonia, 14 of that weight is nitrogen. Hydrogen doesn't weigh a whole lot, so it's only 3 of them. Okay, so what am I looking for? Grams of nitrogen. And what did they give me? 510. So you cross multiply.
The answer
Don't give the answer yet. Erica's having a connection over there to get the answer.
Nice.
I know it.
Okay, now
Okay,
Don't say anything.
go ahead. Oh, no, can't say it yet. We'll wait for Elias.
Boom, set. No, I don't have it.
Okay, Erica.
got
Okay. That's what Tommy got. Ben, what did you get? Okay, Elias? Of course you did.
and we're all wrong.
Everybody got 420, right? All right.
Actually, I got 5.
Did you really?
Just turkey.
I got 4.
Assuming that's.
All right.
At
So,
the finger point.
I need to know what you guys know about parallelograms.
They
Four
are
sides. That
Somebody said
sides
they're
are
annoying.
parallel.
They have a funny name.
Opposite sides.
Well, look at your glasses on the smart board again.
No, it's crazy.
They're like laser
Okay,
beams coming out of your eyes.
there's a parallelogram. Just from looking at parallelograms, I need you to share with me some truths about them.
They're parallel.
Opposite what, Erica, or whoever?
Opposite sides of your
Opposite sides are parallel, top and bottom, left and right. They're parallel. What else?
Exterior and interior.
They equal.
Okay. Interior angles, the sum of the interior angles is 360, the sum of exterior angles are 360. What else?
The
Some of 2 opposite angles are 180.
The sum of the 2
Opposite.
opposite
No, that's
angles.
only in the
No,
circle.
that's in a circle.
That's only if it's inscribed in a circle.
Okay, you're on the right track, Seth.
Can't get everything.
The 2 adjacent angles add up to 180.
That's what
Look at the 2 opposite angles, Seth. Give me another truth with the 2 opposite angles.
They are
They're
the
the
same.
same.
the same.
They're the same. Thank you, Erica, Seth.
Serica.
All right. Another truth about them. Let me put something up here that might aid you in coming up with something else.
Ooh.
Bisection.
Yes. Diagonals bisect. When
I
di-
have a question.
guys, when diagonals bisect, what does that mean?
There's a.
It means what?
They cut it in half.
They cut in half. Yes, this length here and this length here and this length here are the same. Very important when you're trying to find certain lengths of sides. So, Tommy, did you have a question, or were you?
Yeah.
Yes.
How come if the sum of the interior angles equals 360, but then you can make 4 triangles out of it, and then the triangle is 180?
Okay, because you mean the 4 triangles I have right there? Because what happens is when you're adding all of the angles in 4 triangles, you're adding these angles, and they are not part of my interior. So you're getting a whole extra 360 degrees.
Okay.
Good question. All right. Yes. Your good question here. Oh, you were just. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
No, I have a good question too.
Okay, so let's go ahead and label this A, B, C, D. That's German.
It's kind of like
Is it?
Spanish.
A, B, C, D.
A, B, C, D. You know what the letter E is in German? A. A, B, C, D, A, F,
Well, that makes sense because like A,
J.
A, and
That's G in German.
What?
J.
J. Ha, E, Yod, Ka, LMNOP, Hu, Er, Este, Upsilon,
What is it?
Q, R, S, T, U, B, W, Upsilon, X.
Wait, what's that number 5,555?
All right, I'm going to say that the length of this line right here is y plus 7. So, Victoria, I'm assuming you have nothing else to do but bother Andrew? Okay. Do you have anything to do? Okay, good. Thank you. The length of this is 7. The length of this is x plus 2. And the length of this one is 4. 4. Okay, if that's the case, what I'm interested in you finding out. Oh, and I am also going to say that this is a 65-degree angle. Okay. What I'm interested in you finding are x and y.
What is the angle
Sometimes I just throw things in there to help you.
Yeah, I'm like, did it just.
You do not need to know the
I'm
angle
going to
for
solve for
anything.
that using only the angle.
Okay, so find x and y for me.
Oh, I know what you can do.
Is that x minus 12? Or is that?
This is an x plus 2, y plus 7.
We should show them.
The solution in your book for this is wrong.
Show them physics.
I haven't even looked in the book.
Well, at least it is in my book. I don't know.
Which number? What example is it?
Example 37.4.
So what do you guys think this whole stuff?
Okay, guys, what'd you find for x?
5.
I don't have anything yet because
My
I'm.
book says it's
Your book says 5? What does your book say y is?
-3.
my book is retarded.
-3. What did you get?
-3.
My book says +3.
Can I see?
And my book also says that y plus 7 is -4.
Crap.
It's saying the length of this is -4.
Right below that?
Negative, or how can you have it be negative?
Would you have a -4 length?
Huh, yeah, what?
It's like bring your children to work day.
It must have
Today?
been.
No, like when they were writing the
John.
book.
Oh,
John
yeah.
Saxon had to bring your child to work day.
Here, little Johnny, that's 3, write this book.
Right, this page.
That's
What
why,
Okay.
answer do you want
that's why it
this
got
one to be?
republished.
How about if I make a little bit of change here? Let me get rid of my diagonals here. This is 10x plus 50. This is y plus 10. And these are all degrees. This is 5x plus 10. And what I'd like for you to do is find x and y.
Sweet.
What?
Find out what x and y are.
No but.
So angles across from each other equal each other.
Yes, sir.
And they would also equal.
Sure you do, Riley. Your mom's also sure.
That angle side equals.
I'm too old for tie-dye, but I like paint the boy and stuff.
Take a while.
Okay, did you find an X for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good, how about a Y?
Yeah.
Working on it. 18. Wait, false.
I'm like, that's not right.
False. That's what I
Really?
Boom. There. We got it.
Ben, you got an X?
Yeah.
Could I have it, please?
Yes! I got the right answer!
No, you didn't, he got a wrong answer.
No, he got it
I
right.
got what he said. I got what's in here.
Oh, he said 8.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear what he said.
I would love to know what you got for Y.
Good job, Ben.
Yeah.
You only say you did a good job because it's what you got.
Yeah, I know.
What if you got the wrong answer? You got the
No,
wrong
that
one.
means he's right. You got what I got.
Ah, I got it.
Yeah, thanks.
It's right.